It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. All right, Alex Stone is with us from ABC News. How you, bub?
Ding dong! Happy Halloween!
Ding dong! Happy Halloween! Hey, I do this every year, and I meant to I guess put it out on social media, and I forgot. But every year, I promise the audience that if you run over a child and severely injure or kill a kid tonight, that I'll say your name on the air every night for a year.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good thing.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
Right. So you're making that deal for tonight as well?
That deal's for tonight. If you run over a child and you injure or kill a child, and whoever's listening right now, and it's in the news, and we find out, I'll say your name every night for an entire year.
I think typically people would want their name said on the air every day, but not for that reason.
Yeah, maybe not for that reason at all. So anyway, but you know, you see it all the time on Halloween. Yeah. People driving fast, and it makes me crazy. Makes me crazy. You know, some of these kids all dressed up in black, you know, in their Halloween costume, and they don't have a chance against some of these cars, especially the electric cars that are very quiet. You can't hear them coming. Yeah. Hey, so Delta Airlines is in the news, eh?
Yeah, so this was a close call that we learned about today, and you can hear it in the voices of the pilots, just how worried and surprised they were. But and it's all kind of unfolded today of what went on yesterday. It was a Delta Airlines Airbus A330. They were coming in from Paris. They were heading to New York. They got diverted to Boston because of bad weather in New York.
Wow.
And they were cleared to land. And 125 feet before the wheels touched down on the runway in Boston, they were told to climb. And go-arounds happen all the time. They are routine. They're not fun when you're on board. If you've ever been in one where you wonder what's going on, it does go on. This one sounded like that. It was not routine, but this was their call to go around.
Delta 263, heavy go around and turn 10 degrees left.
So they're told climb and turn, and make sure you make that turn 10 degrees to the left. And the reason, because there was a Cape Air commuter plane that was told to stay low below them because it was taking off, and Delta was climbing over it, and they were told to stay low.
Here, go low. Going low, 48.
Told go low. They agreed. The audio from liveatc.net. So air traffic control had cleared the Delta plane to land and had cleared Cape Air, the commuter plane, to take off on an intersecting runway.
Wow.
And they were on a collision course where they were going to come together or be very close to it. And the pilot of that Cape Air aircraft afterwards, you could hear he wasn't too pleased.
What the heck? Yeah, man, not cool.
What the heck?
Yeah,
man, not cool. Totally sounds like the commuter air pilot there,
right.
Totally relaxed surfer dude. But the pilot of the Delta A330, large aircraft, wide body, they were not happy either. They took their command to turn and to climb, and they had a comment at the end of it.
Saying 300 up to 3,000, 263 heavy. That was close.
That was close. Not what you want to hear your Delta pilot say. So then the pilots asked for a phone number to call the tower, and that's always a sign that something, whether the air traffic controller wants to give them a number or the pilots want the number, that something serious has gone on because they want to talk about it on the phone and not on the open radio where everybody can hear it.
That usually is the end of a guy's flying career when he says, hey, when I pull over to one of these taxiways, we're going to give you a phone number.
Yeah, what number do you want me to call? And, so they got within 0.73 miles of their closest point, which doesn't sound all that close, except for when you're going 150 at landing and takeoff, 150, 180 miles an hour, you're going to hit that pretty close. So the Delta plane they went around, we talked to our aviation analyst, Steve Gagnier, a little while ago, and he says, look, this was a controller error, but there are a lot of airports like this. Burbank intersects, San Francisco intersects, that they thread the needle, not as much at Burbank because it's not as busy.
Wait, Burbank intersects with Van Nuys?
No, the runways intersect.
Oh, the runways intersect.
Yeah, where you've got one landing crossing into the one taking off. But they don't have to do a lot of threading the needle. San Francisco, they do. One is rolling, taking off, while the other one is landing, and they just go and get it right every time. And if they don't, then there can be a problem, or you do a go-around. But Steve was telling us this.
There are many big airports around the United States, San Francisco, Boston, Kennedy, LaGuardia, where you have intersecting takeoffs and landings with runways at 90-degree angles. It's very challenging for the air traffic controllers to be able to have one aircraft taking off and another landing.
But they do it all the time, limited real estate at a lot of these older airports. And even though it does appear to be air control, he says, look, you also have to give the controller credit that he saved the day in the end and told them what to do for Cape Air to stay low and Delta to climb and turn to the left.
In this case, it looks like it was controller error, but it was also a good save by the controller when they realized the mistake had been made and made the Delta jet go around. And so they really only got about 3/4 of a mile. Could have been much worse, but the controller saved the mistake.
Yeah, but Tim, the FAA and Delta, they say they're investigating. In the end, the system worked. The controller saw the problem, and they say this is not going to be considered a near collision. It will be a loss of separation. Will be the title that they're going to give it. The loss of separation, and everybody lived to tell about it.
I like, George Carlin has it right. Everybody else has it wrong. A near hit is a miss. A near miss is a hit.
That is true.
Hey, we nearly missed them. Bang.
Yeah, but we all call them near misses, and you're right. Then it would be a hit.
Do you fly into Burbank often?
Oh, all the time. I'd love to. I hate going down to LAX just for the amount of time it takes.
I'm with you, but I tell you what I do, and I see a lot of people around me doing the same thing because those runways are so short. I tighten that effing seatbelt, man. I give it an extra tug right before landing.
I was on a United plane getting ready to back up the other day, and they said, hang on, because we got to shut down the runway to push back because it's so tight. To push back the aircraft, they'd closed down. Have you seen what the new terminal at Burbank
looks beautiful.
Looks like? Yeah,
it's almost done.
Yeah, I flew out last week. We were right by it, and I went, "Wow, that is going to be a totally different Burbank experience when that thing opens up."
Spectacular! And I can't believe how quickly they've put this together. I mean, it's been 9-10 months of heavy construction, and it's nearly finished.
Yeah, it looks like it's definitely getting there. They got work they've got still have to do, put in jetways, all that kind of stuff. But it looks like it's going to be gorgeous.
You're a little younger than I am, but you may remember this. Do you remember the talk to move LAX out to Lancaster?
Yeah,
the Antelope Valley. That would have been great. A high-speed rail out there. All of those planes not landing and not going over Inglewood schools all day long. That really would have been a great move. But
would have been terrible for a lot of people having to go out to Lancaster, but yeah.
Well, if they put a high-speed train between like Van Nuys and Lancaster, you could get there in 25 minutes or so.
And then there is an airport out in not Edwards, but it's connected to Edwards, the Palmdale Lancaster Airport, and United has tried several times to do service. I flew out of there one time where they'd go to Denver and San Francisco, but I don't think there's ever been enough demand up there. But it would have been crazy had that been LAX.
Yeah, but you spend if I don't know from Santa Clarita. If you're in traffic, Lancaster is much
it'd be faster.
Faster than LAX.
I hate going to LAX from Santa Clarita.
I know. It's a nightmare. And remember when you were younger and your mom or dad had said, "Hey, I'm coming into LAX Friday at 4. Can you pick me up?" And you're like, "What the F?"
Yeah,
no.
God, sorry, not going to do that. You got to come into Burbank or I'm not getting you.
That's right. Happy Halloween. Enjoy the trick-or-treating. Safe travels with the kids, and we'll talk to you next week.
You got it. Happy Halloween.
All right, thanks, Bob. All right, Alex Stone with ABC News. Ding dong with that guy. Near misses or near hits with those planes. That's nerve-wracking. That's nerve-wracking, man. I don't know what's going on with airplanes. We have never had this many news stories about airplanes. Every day there's another one.
You're not on a plane. You're in a plane.
That's right. Yeah, where it's less windy. We've got a lot of big parties going out there. The Carnival, is that what it's called out in West Hollywood? That's going to be happening tonight. That's typically the biggest party probably in America on Halloween.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
West Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
We did a remote there one year on KFI.
And it's not, a lot of people think it's like a gay pride parade. It's not.
No.
There are, there's everybody's out there. And it used to be, in the 70s and 80s, the guys would get together and throw that parade together. But now everybody goes.
I remember one costume back when we did it. We covered it. It was a bunch of guys in diapers and a bunch of cotton all over them, taped all over them, and with spray bottles, and they were being La Nina. Or El Nino.
Right.
Going on spraying people.
A lot of very creative costumes out there.
Some of the most unbelievable costumes you'll ever see are in West Hollywood.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. All right, so we'll come back. We have lots going on. We got the Dodgers playing today. It's Halloween, so please slow the F down in your car and give these kids a chance. And, every year we try to tell you that, and some people don't listen. But I guarantee if you plow over a kid and it turns out to be your fault, we're going to mention you a lot on this station. I know it sounds like I'm an a-hole, but that sometimes maybe you just need that little tiny push.
Yeah, not a positive mention.
No. It's not going to be positive. It's going to be where you live, where you work.
You're going to dox them.
Oh, yeah. In a heavy-ass way, in a big-ass way. And that goes for everybody. Everybody. Whoever you are. You plowing to somebody.
I'm going to be extra careful just so you don't say my name every day.
Yeah. Hey, Doug Crozier. He's out in. Yeah.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
All right, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. My favorite holiday growing up. I thought it was terrific, man. I enjoyed helping decorate the house, getting dressed up, going out trick-or-treating, to the point where when I was 15 years old, I was going out. I was meeting my buddies at Winchell's Donut Shop in Encino, right off of Louise and Ventura. And I asked my dad to drive me out there. We lived about maybe 2 miles from there. And so I'm dressed up as a woman. I'm going as a young lady, as a very unattractive young lady.
Says you.
Maybe. Although I think I had it going on back there. I think I could have pulled it off.
Makeup?
Not today. No.
Did you have makeup on?
Oh yeah, everything. Everything. I went for it.
Did you stuff yourself up?
Oh yeah, everything.
Wow.
I caught myself in the mirror. I'm like, oof.
Hey baby,
look at this guy.
Come here often.
My dad drives me to Winchell's Donuts. I look in. I can see my 9 idiot buddies in there. They all have jeans on and flannel shirts. Nobody's dressed up for Halloween. I'm 15. So I said, Dad, I can't go in there. This could be a rough night. You got to take me home. I got to change into a flannel shirt and my jeans. He's like, all right, okay. So he drives me home. I change. Takes me 2 minutes. I go back to the donut shop. I walk inside, and I think it was Matt McDaniel and Mike Hennessy. They look at me and go, hey, are you wearing mascara? I said, yeah, I am. I'm sorry. It's a longer story than I got time. Let's just get a chocolate bar or a maple bar and get the hell out of here.
You should have just said yes.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I always wear it. And from that, that's when I started wearing it on a daily basis. It's like my dad used to say, when people used to ask my dad, hey, when did you start wearing a bra? And my dad said, well, every time since your mom found it in the glove compartment. Old joke. All right, what is the weather going to be like on Halloween? Well, I don't know. Let's find out.
Got a beautiful evening settling in. Woo! Of course, I say evening because we've got Halloween tonight. Yes. And everybody's getting ready, putting on their costumes, getting their candy bags ready as well to get on out and do some trick-or-treating. And we've got some great trick-or-treating conditions. Nice. I showed you that earlier in the show when we were out there with Kimberly Chang live in West Hollywood for the Carnival. We're talking about 70s as we make our way into the 7 o'clock hours, and then a little bit cooler into the 8, 9, 10 o'clock hours tonight. So no doubt about it, of course.
And Friday's a great day for kids because they go to school, they're dressed up in their costume, they have a beautiful, huge party day at school. They come home, they get something to eat, maybe do a little homework, maybe not because you got all weekend to do it. And then you go right back to the streets with your costume on and your parents with the flashlight and they're drinking and you're getting candy. It's one of the great nights in America for kids. And it is awesome. And so there's going to be a ton of kids out there, especially in the Toluca Lake area. That's where a lot of kids go, Toluca Lake. And in Burbank as well. We had about 285 kids stop by last year. And my wife loves it. She's loaded up with candy. She's ready to go. But please be careful out there. Give these kids a chance. Give these little kids a chance.
Of course, you know the drill. If you're headed out, bring something to wear once we do get those cooler temperatures coming your way a little bit later on this evening. I do want to take a quick look across the nation. No severe weather, so good news there. We do have some wet weather, some showers, and a little bit of some snowfall up into basically the Toronto area, coming out of Toronto.
Wow, it's snowing in Toronto, where the Dodgers are playing tonight. Snowing!
Coming out of Toronto in towards Nova Scotia. And speaking of Toronto, of course, the Dodgers playing. Unfortunately, they've got a roof on that stadium, so they don't have to worry about the conditions, but fans waiting to get in have been dealing with temperatures into the 40s. And you can see across the nation, we're looking...
Where's the snow if the temperatures are in the 40s?
Into the 40s. And you can see across the nation, we're looking at temperatures that are cooler the further north you go. Look at Bismarck at 39, Chicago, 52. It's been raining a lot in New York.
All right, the summer is finally over, I guess. Knock on wood here. Finally, maybe over, right? Maybe the 90-degree days are gone, at least for now. And we can settle in, because right after Halloween, all the decorations come down our house. I quickly go into Christmas mode. I'll be set up for Christmas by Sunday, maybe Monday. And I love that too. I love decorating the house for Christmas. It's a great tradition. My dad used to do it, and I used to help my dad out. My brothers all got involved. My sister. It was a great tradition. Setting that house up for Halloween and then Christmas.
As you and Angel both say, pack your patience tonight.
You've got to be patient out there when you're driving around, and you're going to get home maybe 5 minutes later than normally. But your key to having a great night and a great future is slow driving. Drive slowly. We do a story almost every year about kids getting, hit or run over. And we hate doing those stories. I hate those stories more than any other stories we do here. So please, let's behave tonight. Just one night. One night. You can knock yourself out tomorrow. You go crazy tomorrow. Who cares? But let's give these kids a chance. All right, the Dodgers are going to start in about a half hour, 40 minutes from now, 43 minutes from now. And so we'll have scores for you all night long. The Dodgers have to win tonight, and they have to win tomorrow night. They have to go back-to-back in Toronto in order to be the 2025 World Series champs. They got to win tonight. Got to get our prayers together, our mojo together, our positive thoughts, and direct them towards the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'll give you scores all night. We'll also tell you where the big parties are. We got great, clean, clear, beautiful weather, so we're all set. When we come back, there's going to be a major change in Santa Monica that you may or may not have heard of, but it's going to be major. Probably the most major change in Santa Monica over the last 30 or 40 years. We'll come back. I'll tell you what it is.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Monks joins us. How you, bub?
I'm doing well. What a great costume you got on.
Thank you very much. I'm going like a degenerate gambler.
Burbank degenerate is exactly what I was going to say.
Are you on tonight at 7?
No, just Tiffany Hobbs solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They threw you off.
Yeah, they didn't like me. They cut me.
I get that.
I'll be back tomorrow night and Tuesday, as you just heard in the promo. They're covering the election.
That's right. Okay, so if the LAPD always is a couple weeks ahead of everybody in preparation, and today is no different.
Yeah, that's right. Unless you call in your home is being burgled, then they're a little slower on the upkick. But
I got a lot going on.
Yeah, but they have said, listen, Dodgers fans, if you get a little excited for some reason this weekend, please behave responsibly.
And you have a dog in this fight. You live down there.
Well, they tend to destroy downtown for some reason.
Yeah.
And last year, when the Dodgers won it all, it got a little hairy in multiple locations. But there were street takeovers in the middle of downtown Los Angeles. A Metro bus was absolutely charred to the frame in Echo Park. Ooh. And there were problems in East LA as well. 12 people, I think, were arrested last year. Right. The LAPD is saying, folks, please behave. They put out a message that says there will be zero tolerance, Conway. Zero tolerance.
Wow.
For destruction of property, the LAPD will strictly enforce laws against vandalism and looting. They say they'll be highly visible throughout downtown Los Angeles during celebrations, and that includes tonight. You know, the Dodgers can't win tonight, but if something goes awry and people get upset, then, don't take it out on the city.
But I wonder why it always happens downtown. Look, I understand in Philadelphia downtown because that's where all the teams play. But the Dodgers, while they're close to downtown.
Yeah, it's not that far, but I think you can get away with it.
I guess so.
And I don't think there's a lot of respect for the Central Business District. It's covered in poop, graffiti, tents.
Welcome to L.A.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, let's go down there. It's our canvas.
But Monks, I have to, and I hope you don't think I'm beating up on you too often about this, but you were aware of all the problems in downtown before you moved down there.
Yeah, I used to visit once or twice a year, and I would always stay downtown and say, I can't wait to live here.
Okay.
Like I always tell you, Conway, I will be the change I want to see in the world.
Is that right?
That's right.
How's that going?
It's not going well. So you can see I'm a little jaded towards the police department because there's no reason for a city to look like that.
What are the street lights all about? Are they back on?
No, they're not back on. And they're not going to be back on.
Right.
We're talking about a city council district that held a press conference when the trees were slaughtered, but said nothing when 2 people were hacked down by machetes.
You know what they could do, like they've done in Burbank? Burbank has low voltage, low watt light street lights, and there's a very thin wire that is not worth anything, and so they keep them up because it's not worth climbing up there to take this little wire out.
Well, if the people who are running Burbank are interested in running Los Angeles, I'm interested to hear their pitch.
Yeah, they might.
Let's figure this out.
Yeah, that's sponsored.
For those of you who are out driving, though, and I know you might be out later, you never know where the world might take you. I know you like to find a burger every now and then after work.
Appreciate that.
They say expect freeway closures if there's any type of celebration. The 110, the 10, the 101. You should be prepared for alternate routes. If you plan to take Metro,
okay,
do so at your own risk, because it's
well,
going to be. It could get hairy downtown. And,
right. But you're talking about tomorrow night. If they win tonight and then tomorrow night,
I think the focus will primarily be on tomorrow night if the Dodgers win the World Series.
Right.
But if the Dodgers lose the World Series either tonight or tomorrow, heaven forbid,
well, there's
there could be some problems.
Two schools of thought. One is a lot of parents, a lot of guys, they're usually the Rough Riders, the guys, not the gals.
Sure.
The guys will be with their family, with the kids tonight and doing trick-or-treating, so they may not have the energy to also riot. But tomorrow night could be hairy. If the Dodgers win tonight, then they lose or win tomorrow night, all bets off.
All
downtown.
Saints Day in the City of Angels.
Oh, that's right.
All hell breaks loose.
What was that? You're closer to Detroit than I am. What was it was the Friday before... it was All Devil's Eve.
Oh, you know what? We talked about this just last night.
Okay.
What you call the night before Halloween. And it depends on where you're from. I think the official title that you might even see on some calendars is All Hallows Eve.
Right. My mom used to call it that.
We called it Cabbage Night.
Okay. All right.
Other people call it Devil's Night. We saw Goosey Night on one of the lists. Goosey Night.
And especially in Detroit, they used to burn houses and apartment buildings and businesses down on that night.
It didn't get that serious.
In the hundreds.
In my part of Kentucky, but we did... there was a little egg tossing, some toilet papering, and it was all in good fun for the kids.
What's the main crop in Kentucky? Is it still tobacco?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, coal is the official state vegetable.
Okay.
So that's an important...
Do you know anybody that went into the coal business from high school?
God, no. I'm from northern Kentucky.
Oh,
We're clean and suburban.
Yeah, those southern scumbags go into that, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're mountain people. They're completely different than... like the Western.
Is that the
hillbillies.
Appalachians?
You got the Appalachian hillbillies.
Okay.
You got the Western rednecks.
Right.
And you have the sophisticated Northerners. Kentuckians
right.
who fought for the Union.
Oh, wow. What a disgrace. No wonder that you moved out here. you turned on your people.
My ancestors.
Your ancestors did.
Yeah,
how many generations has your family been here?
A long time. And I only learned this recently. I never cared to look because we're all a bunch of... I say this in the true meaning that we're a bunch of bastards, right? Like a bunch of broken families throughout the history of time. But just looking through a quick surface level genealogy, it goes all the way back to when Kentucky was part of Virginia.
Wow.
In the 18th century.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy.
I don't know where the money went because some of these people had money.
All right. Well,
and acreage.
They gambled.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
But I'm second generation. My dad was the first one born in this country, and I'm second generation American.
Well, you better not say that too loudly.
We've been here a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Not us. There's some families in Ohio. Like the house that my grandparents lived in Ohio was built before Abraham Lincoln was president. And I imagine there's a lot of homes like that in Kentucky as well.
Yeah, the farther east you go, because that's where European and colonization civilization started. Right. You're going to see older stuff. You don't have as much as that out here because the white people didn't arrive until much later.
Yeah, you whiteys. Yeah.
Whitey's like you. Yeah,
that's right. Mm-hmm. All right, Michael, the Whitey Monks is on.
We'll keep an eye on what's happening.
Is that the name of the show, Michael the Whitey Monk?
Cracker Monks.
Cracker Monks.
That's my sponsor.
Tomorrow, 7 to 9 p.m.
Yeah, so if
You'll be on when the Dodgers are on.
Dodgers are on, let me just tell you. I may experiment because I'm learning to play the oboe, and I might just bring it in and just free flow for a while.
Right, but you'll be on when the championship is won.
That's right.
Tomorrow night.
Now, obviously, if you're listening to the game, that'll be on AM 570 LA Sports, but if you want to listen to the possible chaos to ensue afterwards, we'll have it covered for you on the news here.
I would like to... potentially, if the Dodgers win tomorrow night and you're on the air, I'd like to potentially come in and celebrate with you.
Come in.
Okay.
Do you know how to get here on Saturday nights?
I do, yeah. I'll be bombed, but I'll be here.
Yeah, come on in.
All right, Dodgers, go Dodgers. They start in 25 minutes from now. So go Dodgers. Monks, nice to see you. 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow.
We'll see you
right
then.
here on KFI. And then you're back on Tuesday.
Election night coverage, 7 to 10 with Chris Merrill.
Okay, fantastic.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
The Dodgers start. We'll have scores for you all night long. It is Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. And Del Mar is running the Breeders' Cup. They ran today. Mostly the females, I think, run today, and the males run tomorrow.
Is that what that scream was I heard a couple minutes ago?
That's right.
Through the studios?
I'll tell you what that was. I got nosed out of a pick 3.
Oh, man.
And let me tell you what it would have paid. I got beat on, but the favorite beat me, so I'm not, that bummed. But I'll tell you what I would have won if my horse would have won on a 50-cent bet. 50 cents. I'll tell you what it would have paid. Let me see. I'm going to go into Will Pays and then pick 3. And I had the 1, the 3, and the 4. I had 3 horses in this 6-horse field. And I would have, if the 1 came in, it would have been $762. If the 3 won, $1,372. And if the 4 won, $2,000. Well, $1,983. So on a 50-cent bet, I could have won $2,000, and I got nothing. Nothing. 0. So back to the drawing board.
You get some dopamine hits there.
Oh yeah, no. I look. That's why I do it. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that gets me excited.
Ain't for the money.
It's well worth the money.
I mean, but it ain't for the money. That's why you do it.
I mean, I don't. There's nothing else in my life that gets me that crazy, that excited. Like I use this example all the time. I love my wife's Aunt Cheryl. And I found out, last year she was coming down for Thanksgiving, and my reaction was, "Oh, that's great. I love that. She can stay with us. She's a great lady. I really enjoy hanging out with her. She's the first person outside of our immediate family that my daughter warmed up to when she was a child. I love that Aunt Cheryl." That was my reaction to her coming down.
Yeah.
But my reaction today to this 20-1 shot is, "Come on with this guy. Come on with this number. Come on with this. Come on. No. And that's the reaction that I only get from horse racing.
So good.
And nothing else. But you heard me yelling in there?
I did.
Jesus, I got to get into therapy. I really.
It took me a second. I thought, wait a minute, the game didn't start yet, so it can't be the guy. It can't be Colin in the Dodgers studio.
It was me getting nosed out in Del Mar. Ah, man, that would have been a payday. That would have been nice. But put me in the black for the
waiting
week.
For that day, man, when you get something like that when you're on when the show's going on. I'm waiting for that day.
Oh yeah, the one hit, right? That one time.
You just get up and walk out.
Oh, man. I haven't had a nice hit like that in quite some time. All right, let's talk about the Santa Monica is going to have a big change, a massive change in Santa Monica. I know we promoted it and then did Monks, and so if you feel like I screwed you over, well, I guess I did. But Santa Monica is a beautiful city, great people out in Santa Monica, but it's dying. 3rd Street Promenade is not what it used to be when I was in high school or, first couple years of college. It is just dying. They've let way too many homeless out there, way too many crazies are out there. And so Santa Monica is not a stupid city. They understand that they've got to make some changes. And they're going to make some changes to the 3rd Street Promenade.
Santa Monica is boosting downtown safety with a new police substation on the ground floor of Santa Monica Place Mall. There will be expanded foot and bike patrols, added officers, and outreach for unhoused individuals. The substation will be opening later this fall. Santa Monica's iconic 3rd Street Promenade, once buzzing with energy,
That's right.
now struggling with empty storefronts and fading foot traffic. But a new redevelopment plan could turn it into a world-class destination.
Did you hear that? A new massive redevelopment plan for a 3rd Street Promenade there in Santa Monica.
For food, music, and nightlife, just in time for the World Cup, the Super Bowl, and of course, the Olympics.
Oh, I wish Santa Monica well. I love 3rd Street. Used to, the way it was, 20, 30 years ago. But let's find out what they're going to do to it now.
Joining us now is Alex Wall, the man behind that vision. Alex, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell me about your dream for this space.
So the dream is to build a connected ecosystem of world-class hospitality, nightlife, and entertainment concepts.
I like it so far.
That collaborate instead of compete. So this is meant to take place on the north end of 3rd Street Promenade.
All right.
We want to create a place that's safe, clean and is alive from day to night, and really somewhere that, is somewhere that people are excited and proud.
Okay, we need more specifics.
To take their friends and family when they visit from out of town.
All right, what does it look like?
So we know what the problems are in Santa Monica. They're well documented. People have been concerned. They've been staying home from that area.
That's right.
How do you draw them back and give them that sense of safety again?
I think it's really about kind of, I'm glad that you covered the bit earlier about what the city are working on for the promenade.
I don't know if this is the guy. I don't know. I think we need more energy out there. This guy, he's unaware that question was going to come up. That how are you going to protect the citizens from the crazy people who live in Santa Monica or stay in Santa Monica? This is not the guy. This sounds like a guy who lives out there on the streets.
This is not the guy.
This is not the guy.
It's crazy because I heard this and I watched it and I thought the exact same thing. I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I thought it's...
Sounds like a guy who lives on the streets out there.
A few of the highlights that you mentioned with downtown, the police substation that they're bringing in, they're putting $3.5 million in to fix the sidewalks, lighting, signage and tree canopies, landscaping in the area. They're also streamlining the...
What about the homeless? Any word on that?
They're also streamlining the permitting process. So
right. What about the homeless?
They're reducing the fees and kind of making it easier for operators to get involved.
What about the crazies?
I think the main thing is just going to be if we create concepts and create an environment that feels safe and new and exciting, that people are going to come back.
They're not, unless you get rid of the crazy people that are out there.
And you are soliciting feedback from the community, so you're hoping that people will tell you what they would like to see on the promenade.
That's right. Get rid of crazy people.
Yeah, I think this is really the most important part of the process, because we need to make sure that what we build on the promenade reflects the wants and needs of the people that live and work in the area.
That's right. About 30 years too late, but he's on track.
So I've been asking people the kind of venues that they'd like to see, the kind of designs.
Wait, I thought you were the guy putting it all together. Now we're in the very beginning infant stages of this?
So I've been asking people the kind of venues that they'd like to see, the kind of design styles that they gravitate most towards.
Yeah, it sounds like we're a long way away.
And also what are the current issues in hospitality so that we can address those issues when we build this whole thing out. So it's really about engineering success from the ground up and bringing the community together. So far, the response has been amazing. It's been really helpful.
The response to what? What's the plan?
The response has been amazing. It's been really helpful. And I'd encourage anyone else who, knows what great nights out look like to be a part of the conversation and follow along on at the Instagram or social medias and be a part of the conversation.
Yeah, and you've had that conversation on social media, which is really interesting.
Now.
The pesky part, of course, is getting the funding. So how are you doing in that department of trying to get investors?
We're good. I think there's one concept that is about 80% funded, which will be Mood, which is a rooftop concept that we're working on. And then it's just opportunities like this to kind of showcase what we're working on and also invite in other operators, quality operators with quality concepts who can come and be a part of what we're trying to build on the promenade.
God, this sounds like the very beginning stages of a 10-year plan.
Well, it's really beautiful. And you have a special event coming up that you want to tell us about.
Yes, definitely. So this Saturday, the movement itself, it's not just about opening new venues. We want to support the venues that are already there. So we've partnered with the brothers at Casa Martin. Casa Martin is an authentic Mexican restaurant, and we're doing a Day of the Dead event there that starts at 6 p.m. this Saturday.
A Day of the Dead, you can do that anywhere in Santa Monica. You don't have to go to a Mexican restaurant for that.
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah. Day of the Dead is The Walking Dead is out there.
And we're collaborating with brands like Veuve Clicquot, Volcan Tequila, and we're bringing in a Void sound system. So we're really trying to show...
Well, that should do it, I guess.
I love Aries, the idea of that, but kind of everything he was saying, it was like, high class, world class,
too vague.
Veuve Clicquot, and I'm just like, man, I ain't got that kind of pocketbook to go there if they would do this.
And he's called, and the rooftop bar called Mood. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, first of all, getting to Santa Monica and getting to that promenade is the biggest pain in the butt.
It's like going to LAX.
Yeah.
You know? And getting off at Lincoln there, I mean, it's, sometimes you wait through 5 lights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. We got to take a break. All right. We're live on KFIM 640.
Sorry, Tom.
Gotcha.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.